Yeah? Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
Welcome
afternoon.
to Made in Black Forest. As you can see, it's made entirely of wood. It's got 3 wooden wheels. It's got a round face and 1 hour hand. So which means at that time people have to do a lot of guessing to have the accurate time because there's no minute hand here. And also it's a 12-hour clock which is driven by these stone weights, and it's wind up this way by pulling the weight. So it takes 12 hours for the weight to go all the way to the floor.
Oh, okay. So the weight they count as hour.
Yeah, that's right. And it's also got a wooden beam. And at this time, around the year 1640, the tradition of clockmaking started by farmers living here in the Black Forest, because in the winter they couldn't farm, so they found another way of earning a living. And at this time, there was no sound and no cuckoo. If you wanted cuckoo at this time, you probably have to make the sound yourself. This is called the first generation clock. Over here we have the second generation clock. This came about in the year 1740. As you can see, it's got paintings, it's all hand painted. It's called the shield clock because of the shape. It's shaped like a shield. And also we have the minute hand around this time, and metal weight and metal pendulum. And 20 years later, somebody decided to put in the first ever cuckoo. So we had the first ever cuckoo in the year 1760 in the shield clock.
1760.
So every hour we have the cuckoo, 1 o'clock, 1 cuckoo, 2 o'clock, 2 cuckoo. Here's another version of the second generation clock. This one we call it the dumpling eater, because every hour he gets to eat his dumplings. And he's been doing that for a very long time.
Wow.
And as you can see from his eyes, he doesn't like sharing. Okay, here's another version of the second generation clock. Instead of the cuckoo, somebody decides to put in figures in this. We call this the industrial tailor, also known as the mother-in-law.
Bill.
Every half an hour and every hour, this unfortunate man is encouraged by his mother-in-law to work harder.
Oh, gee.
So have we got any mothers-in-laws here today?
No, yeah. Would be.
Talk to me later. Or maybe we just have sons-in-laws and they want a present for their mother-in-law, and you can
Oh.
Okay. I would like to show you this very big piece here. This is like the biggest. This one is a special one. Every hour we have the cuckoo going off. So 9 o'clock we should have about nine cuckoos. Then after that we have music, and it's important for you to know that when you see a cuckoo clock with 3 weights, it means it's got music. 1 for the music, 1 for the cuckoo, and 1 for the time keeping itself. This one takes about 8 weeks to make, and it weighs about 35 kilograms, costs 4,320. It's been here for quite a while, but if anybody wants it, I can wrap it up and take it to the boss for you, no problem.
4,320
4,320
rupees.
euros.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to tell you how the cuckoo clocks are made, and one thing we have a lot of in the Black Forest is wood. This is called lime wood. It's a very soft wood, very good for carving. The trees are cut up into a 2 meter 50 cm strip, and they're left to dry for 4 years. Because we can't use fresh wood for carving, we can only use dry wood. And after it's been dried, it's further cut up into smaller pieces like this. Then we put metal plates on it, depending on the design we want. It's now spray painted. And after being spray painted, you get this patterned face here, this outline.
Sorry.
This outline is now cut out using a sewing machine. This is the only process not done by hand. This is an example of a sewing machine. After it's been cut out, we get this shape here. So the carvers start working on the face. They use different tools, like this one here. They carve out different designs on the face. And after, this is an example of the carved out face. And they also make other decorations, like birds and flowers over here. And they make animal parts also. They make like a rabbit, maybe a dead rabbit. I'll show you a better example here. Over here we have the case to the cuckoo. And here is the face. And there goes the decoration. So this looks more like a typical cuckoo clock before it's been dyed. And also, obviously it won't be of any use without putting something in it, so we put a clock in it. And these are the movements to the clock. It's made of grass. It's also made here in the Black Forest. And these two here are These two here are 1 day. Cuckoo clock. 1 day means once in 24 hours we have to wind it up. And these two here are 8 days. 8 days means once in a week we have to pull the chain to wind it. And the ones with the round top is got music and dancing figures. Same applies 8 days, music and dancing figures. And talking about the music, I'd like to show you the music box. This is the music box that produces the music. It's made in Switzerland, so we have to import it from there. And the reason why we have to import it is that the company that makes it have a patent on it, so we have to import it. And it works like a piano by turning the cylinder. We probably can't hear it because we need a surface to resonate the sound. So when I put it on wood, and wood is very good for resonating sound, then I turn it. Okay, so we see the wood resonating the sound there. And also I'd like to talk to you about the weights. When we see weights of this size, it means it's a 8-day cuckoo clock, which means once in a week we have to wind it up. And just 2 weight means there's no music, just timekeeping and cuckoo. And when we see weights of this size, it means it's a 1-day cuckoo clock, which means once in 24 hours we have to wind it up. And 3 weight means there's music, 1 for music, 1 for cuckoo, 1 for the timekeeping. And when we see weights of this size, we have to wind up every 5 minutes. Okay, you got me, that's a joke. This is just attached to the battery, small battery operated clocks. Maybe the ladies can use it as a hearing, you can go fishing with it or something. Okay, I'd like to tell you how the cuckoo clocks are, how we produce the cuckoo sound, because we don't have a real cuckoo in there. This is the wooden bellows that produces the sound.
Oh, that's nice.
That's for the average size cuckoo. And for the bigger cuckoo, and for the small baby cuckoo,
Oh, so cute.
I'll just show you how they all come together here in this see-through case. As you can see, the wooden bellows on my right, the movements in the middle, and the music box on the left-hand side. And one more thing you should know, that all the cuckoos have a switch on the side. So maybe 2, 3 a.m. you don't want to be woken up by a cuckoo, you can just switch it off. When I switch it on, and every hour, you can see they are working together. And we have the music. So this is a typical mechanism of all the cuckoo clocks here, and the only difference are the design. Okay. One more thing I'd like to tell you is that when you buy a cuckoo clock here today, on the back, we always, when you open the back, we have these clips there. The reason why we clip is that if it's not there, you're carrying your cuckoo through the airport, it will keep going cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
You can't go through security, airport security with that. You know you'll be delayed. So we keep it for you. So it's important that when you get home, you just take out the pin clips, or else there will be no cuckoo sounds. Okay, if you come over there with me, I'll show you other examples of the clocks we have. He's telling his own story. He's telling a story of love. This young man here is not allowed to see his girlfriend, but he wants to see her anyway. So he takes his own ladder.
Oh, sorry,
So
uncle.
every half hour, as you can see, she's waiting for him. Then he climbs the ladder. This day is unlucky because her father shows up. And see what he's got in his hand? He's got a fork in his hand. So he's gonna get it. Okay. Here's another version of the cuckoo clock we have. This is built on the theme of the beer garden, very popular places in Germany. As you can see, we have only 2 guys sitting here, and the waitress has got 6 glasses.
Ooh.
So that's why the most important place here in this cuckoo is this building on the side, which is a toilet. Okay, and also I'd like to show you this piece here. This is our high-tech clock. It's the only cuckoo clock that has real water driving the water mill. Every half an hour, and every hour, 6 o'clock. Keep your eyes on there. You can see the water being pumped. And this works by 2 solar panels on the side of the roof, which charges a rechargeable battery and pumps the water. And lastly, I'd like to show you this one here. This is our romantic version. We call it the honeymoon clock, because it tells the story of this young couple on their honeymoon. Every half hour, they get a chance to express their emotion. we have over 120 different types of cuckoo clocks here. All the ones on the right are mechanical, the ones on the left hand side are all battery operated. The ones on the mechanical have a 2-year guarantee. We have service stations all over the world, in India and the UK. And whatever you spend here today, I'll just confirm, are you guys coming from Switzerland or going to Switzerland?
We are going to
Going to.
So whatever you spend here today, because it's not in Europe, you take this 15% tax off. So whatever price you see, it becomes lesser, 15% less. Whatever you spend over 50 euros. And we take most credit cards, and most currencies are not credit cards. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then it may respond to
Everything over 50.
on this. Click, 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 click. Quick. You give me
Little bit come closer.
How would they like ring and like here?
Welcome in the Black Forest. My name is Steve and I'm going to tell you about it. The first clock being made in the Black Forest. This one here, made in 1604. This is a very simple clock. As you can see, the whole clock and the mechanism is wood. And that's called a wooden beam clock. And powered by a rope.